Well, they really crammed a lot into that episode, didn't they? The rest of the couples goals, a wee bit of drama and some of the talent show. At least it wasn't boring. Love Island UK season 12 episode 44, and we had the rest of the couples goals games, and Meg continuously gaslights herself. In just the last episode, she said to Shakira, "I thought of you as a friend." In this episode, she's telling her she can't stand her. Make up your mind, Meg. The couples were asked who they were afraid to share their opinion with, and a few of them said Megan DeJohn. No surprise there, they've voiced their concerns before. Anytime you say anything, the two of them just gang up on you, and they're just in the right, and that's it. Megan DeJohn are like, every time we have these challenges, everybody says us, and Yaz is like, why do you think that is? This is not a coincidence. I've asked it before, and I'll ask it again. Why the fuck is Blue in the house? He wrote on the board Tony and Cash, mainly Tony, because of the way she acted when he sat her down and tried to share his opinion. And she was like, I didn't care about your opinion. I still don't care about your opinion. And then Meg pipes up and she says, oh, you've always got to have the last word and you're always doing your little one-liners. Who else is like that? Oh, aye, Meg. And then Blue's like, preach. And I'm just thinking, Blue, fuck off. When Shakira was answering one of the questions, obviously she wanted to say Megan DeJohn, but she says to Harry, no, she's going to think that we're ganging up on her. Right, so she's going out her way so that Meg doesn't think she's being bullied, but Meg's going to play the victim no matter what, so she might have well just said it. Shakira was honest with Meg and says, look, we're not friends, at times I can't stand you. And then Meg's like, I can't stand you. Literally, you just says to her that you considered her a friend, so what is it, you can't stand her or she's a friend? Meg talks so much shit, it's diabolical. When they were asked what couples were playing it safe, some of them said Megan and Connor because they feel like Megan just came in and she went straight for Connor because he was crippled up with her last time. But in terms of couples, right, Megan DeJohn's tried to get into every single person that's walked in, but Meg hasn't. So does that mean that she's playing it safe? And to be honest, I think it's a bit of a stupid question, because if you go into Love Island and you find somebody that you like and you stick with that one person, and maybe you don't want to pull people for chats because they're not your type or whatever, like when Tommy was in there, he was playing it safe. But so what? Do you know what I mean? Maybe it was with Megan and he liked her and that was that. I just don't understand the need to have to pull people for chats all the time. When they were asked about which couple they're scared to share their opinion with, I was very surprised that Connor said Shakira and Harry, because he says, it's difficult because I was in a couple with Shakira and we're best friends, so I find it difficult to voice my opinion. That's very strange, because if somebody's your best friend, that's the people that you can share your opinions with. He should be able to sit her down and say, Harry is a skis bag, and you know he's a skis bag, so why you back him? I don't understand. I know that they don't literally mean that they're scared, right? I would have just wrote on the board, I'm not fear to anybody. Come at me, I don't care. So couples goals was over, nothing was resolved, and this is where it became quite confusing for me, because Meg pulled Harry for a chat and says, we're friends, but you didn't back me. Why did she need him to back her? If she thought that she was in the right, why did it matter? I have been in possibly hundreds of situations where I have been in groups of people and every single person has been against me. And people haven't backed me, but I've not needed them to because I know I'm right. It's that simple. Now, if I felt like I needed backed up, I'd maybe turn round to a person and say, didn't I do that? Or did you hear me say that? Just to get their input. But I don't need somebody to insert themselves and back me up. It's very bizarre. And I feel like by Meg saying that to Harry, she knows that if Harry stands up for her, it's going to fucking open a whole other can of worms, cause arguments. Like, just leave him be, right? The guy's a dick. So DeJohn's clocked what we've all clocked. Megan's came back into the villa and she's acting like a completely different person. He said before she left, she would have backed Meg no matter what. She wasn't scared to voice her opinion or whatever, and she sat there and didn't say anything. Now again, why do you need it? If Meg's in the right, you shouldn't need your pals to stand up for you, right? But Air's right, she is acting like a different person. So Blue was saying, oh, she's seen what people are being perceived like on the outside. People like Tony and Shakira and the other girls are seen as the bad girls. Which isn't exactly true, right? Because what actually happened was she got voted out. She went out and she seen videos of people calling her a bitch, and she thought, oh, I better keep my mouth shut and just coast through to the end. She should never have been put back in there. The public wanted her out. And I'll say it until I'm blue in the face. When the public votes you out, you should not go back in. So the boys decide to pull Connor for a chat. Aye, okay, fair enough. They were just concerned, like, why is she in here? Is she trying to coast through? Like, they found out that she was raging when Tommy and that other lassie were paired up in Casa, right? Because apparently she liked Tommy, even though she fucked off with Connor. It's a very confusing situation. But they were talking to Connor, and Connor's basically like, I don't really care. He's thinking, they're trying to bring drama to me that doesn't make a difference in my life, right? Then he pulled Megan for a chat and told her. And I think that the boys, I don't know if the boys were trying to start drama, right? They've honestly seen that Megan's acting different, and they're maybe just concerned that she's using Connor. But Connor is right to say they found a couple that's happy and they're trying to cause something. Absolutely right. Finally, we have a woman in the house who doesn't think it's 1595. She was talking to Jamie and she's saying, I like you, I want to be closed off. She didn't wait on a special day. She didn't wait on them going out on a date. She didn't have to make it a big thing, and she didn't wait on the man asking her. That's what I like to see. It was time for the talent show, and we got to see Cash doing a wee dance. I didn't see the first talent because I wasn't paying attention. I'm not surprised to see that Blue does boxing. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Meg came out and done a wee plate spin, a wee hula hoop. And she says she hasn't done that since she was 6 years old. I don't know any 6-year-olds that do plate spinning. But she done a good job. And then Yaz came out and she was teaching everybody how to have good posture. That is something that I'll need to try because my posture is literally the worst in existence. So tonight I was expecting a dumping, but obviously they split this talent show into two. And somebody's getting dumped tomorrow, and apparently it's an OG. You can let me know in the comments who you think it was. Let me know who you voted for as your favourite couple. Obviously, I voted for Tony and Cash because I love Cash. I need Cash to win. He doesn't have one bad quality. I absolutely love him. Overall, I felt like tonight's episode wasn't too bad. I don't really like it when they take things and split them in two. Like splitting that talent show in two, we could have made that one thing. But I don't know if it's to just stop it from being boring, because I felt like tonight it did have quite a lot of different things happening. And I must admit, I do quite like the talent show. If I ever got on reality TV and it's talent show night, well, just prepare yourself, because I don't have one talent that I can even think of right now. Not even one. Apart from sitting talking shit. So if that counts, then 10 out of 10. But I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.